Right, stability ball hamstring curls, in my opinion, they're probably the single best knee dominant hamstring exercise you could probably do. The trick is once you've built up to being able to do reps of 15 and 20 with the two-leg version, which really doesn't take a person a lot of time, then you have to find a way to progress it, like anything else. So while I'm okay with machine lying hamstring curls or standing machine hamstring curls, my biggest beef with it is that the hamstring rarely acts on its own. Okay? Most of the time it's in conjunction with the glutes. So, my point is after I've done all my deadlifts, my one-leg Romanian deadlifts, all of my hip-based hamstring work, I obviously need to work on the knee joint and making sure that the structures on the back of it are as strong as the structures on the front, meaning the quads. So the other thing is when people come to me and they have general achy knees, okay, so this isn't serious like torque issues, this isn't, you got hit by a car, this is just achy knees that you can't explain where they came from. I really suggest you give the hamstring curl a serious go, because I've been able to, really negate or pretty much remove achy knees for most people by just building up their hamstrings, especially in people that hyperextend the knee, okay? So something for you trainers, if you find that your clients hyperextend their knees and they complain of knee pain, I'd really get to the situation we try to get most people out of, which is having too tight a hamstring. We really actually need to tighten up that hamstring from the knee. So, stability ball hamstring curls. Let me show you the base version. Where I see it going wrong is, again, the hamstring is part of the posterior chain, okay? Now the posterior chain, generally speaking, is the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back, and then also the upper back posture muscles. So why, would I purely isolate this without bringing in its neighbor, which is the glute? Okay, we really can't have glutes that are too strong. So my point is, when I see a hamstring curl being done 9 times out of 10, this is how I see it. I might as well read a book, okay? It's pretty much useless. I mean, really, you can't roll a ball in and out 100 times. There's nothing going on there, okay? I've had some really overweight people that really, that's where I have to start them, and that's fine if that's where your progression is at. But my point is, all I'm doing is rolling a ball. That's really not hard to do. So, I need to explain a glute bridge. Obviously, a glute bridge shouldn't look like this, where it's coming purely from my lower back. Now I may feel my hamstring, I may feel my glute, but my lower back is being murdered here because I'm bridging it too high. The point of a glute bridge is it should come from the glutes, not the back and the spine. So when I do the glute bridge portion of this version, I need to make sure it's coming through my feet or the ball and grabbing my butt as high as I can go without hyperextending my spine. Super important. So, let's show you the proper version. First, glute bridge, my knee, my hip, and my shoulder should be a straight line. Again, I don't want to hyperextend. In the stability ball 2-leg version, it's no different. I want to finish knee, hip, and shoulder at a straight line. Okay? Always soft on the knee. So my body is coming down as I straighten my legs. It's coming up as I go. Again, not through my lower back. You shouldn't feel lower back in a huge manner. If you are, you need to drop the hips a bit. Okay, so a couple things. Sometimes, I always like to ask people, and trainers, I really suggest you do this. After this exercise, I always ask the client, exactly where did you feel that? Because some people give me really strange answers, like, oh, all in my lower back. I just addressed how and why that's happening. Some people tell me their quads. Some people, oh, my calves are burning, okay? So the calf issue has more to do with plantar or dorsiflexion. So when I'm here, I always tell people toes to the nose, okay, or dorsiflexed. When people plantar flex, they're really using their calves, okay? They're pointing it down, especially when they get here. This is terrible, okay? So a cue I use, and I really like to use, is toes to the nose, As you come up, I want you to try to pop this ball by digging the heels in as I come up. So, like it's a balloon, I'm trying to pop the ball to get up. Okay? Now that way I feel mostly lower hamstring, which is what I'm targeting, is the knee dominant portion of the hamstring. I feel my glutes a little lower back because it's the posterior chain, you're gonna feel the lower back. Now, bust out 20, 30 of those. I mean, how long do you really want to sit here? So how do we progress this? Next progression, 2 legs to get up, 1 leg to get down, no alternating. Same rules apply, toe to the nose, okay? I'm trying not to overuse my lower back. I'm gonna go 2 legs up, lift, 1 leg control down. 2 legs up, no alternating, 1 leg up, control it down. Notice how I am soft on the knee, I'm landing on it. 2 legs up, 1 leg down, soft on the knee with that control. 2 legs up, 1 leg down, soft on the knee. Now, next progression, and this is minor, but it's next progression, it is tougher. 2 legs up, 1 leg down, 2 legs up, the other leg down, so alternating, 2 legs up, 1 leg down, 2 legs up, the other leg down. Now that is way harder, okay? Again, the more I do that, actually, the less I feel my lower back, which means my hamstrings are really doing the bulk majority of the work, which is what I'm going for. Now, what's the hardest progression? If I had only 1 leg, this would be damn tough to do. No change, dorsiflex, toes at the nose, trying to get my hips to go. Still trying to get knee, hip, and shoulder straight. Okay. Last difficulty progressions. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm using my hands for some stability of this ball laterally, okay? So if I wanted to make this super tough on any of the progressions, even before progressing to the next one, I would start by removing the hands and moving it to the elbows, then from the elbows to the shoulders. So here's what I mean. 2-leg version. Base progression, I have hands, okay, glued to the ground to help me stabilize this ball. Okay, I can move that to the elbows. It's a little wobblier, not much. I want to make it really challenging. Shoulders only. So a lot more control. I have to take it a bit slower or that happens. Now, so you get it, hands, elbow, shoulders. That works on all the progressions, okay? Hardest version obviously being only my shoulders and only single leg. Do these all the time. I never take them out of programs. I always give them to people. They're really safe on the knee. Watch that you're going through the hamstring and the glute and ask your clients where they feel it. Any questions?